Hello, my friends. Welcome to this mashup of Go Keys and Mixcraft. I know some of you got Go Keys and you've never used a DAW before, and you hear me saying DAW, Digital Audio Workstation. Well, I'm going to show you how to get started with the DAW and how to create your very first music piece with your DAW. You need to go on down to the website acoustica.com. When you get to acoustica.com, just click on Mixcraft and you'll be able to see the options for Mixcraft that are available. Mixcraft is a digital audio workstation that will enable you create music using whichever MIDI keyboard you have and even audio. It doesn't have to be through a keyboard. You can use live instruments as well, and you can record to what I call a timeline, and you can manipulate the files, the audio files that are created as you use it. So there's a couple of options. There's Mixcraft 10 Recording Studio, and then we have the pro version of it. So over here, we can compare and contrast the differences between Mixcraft 10.5, which costs in the $70 region, and Mixcraft 10.5 Pro Studio, which is in the $149 region. So if you take a look at this page, you can see that there's a lot of stuff that the Pro version has that the Recording Studio version does not. But my question to you is, how much firepower do you really need? Maybe you don't need as much firepower as you think. Like when I started off with Recording Studio way back in either Mixcraft 6 or 7. This was way back. And I got used to it and I realized, okay, let me up the ante and get the full-on Pro Studio. So you don't have to start with Pro Studio. You can start with the demo version, which is free. The free version, it has limitations, but it'll give you a good idea of what it can do. Okay, so if you go over here to this page and you take a look at the price point, you can get the demo version. You know what? You probably want to get the demo version first anyway. And then if you decide to buy it, you'll find that the pricing is $149 for the Mixcraft Pro Studio and $79 for the Mixcraft 10.5, and they're showing you that you're getting some money off. And I'll just tell you that Mixcraft is a very easy to use DAW. I've used everything from the Pro Tools and the Cubase, Cakewalks, and many other DAWs. And for me, I like simplicity. I'm all about the music. So, the multiplicity of buttons on some of the other DAWs, it just takes away my focus on the music. And I'm from the old school, right? Back in the old school, we would have those reel-to-reels, and we would record with, reel-to-reel, 8-track, 12-track, 2.5-inch reel-to-reel. And having the ability to record right to my computer is just a luxury. So I don't get fussed with the multiple bells and whistles in the other DAWs. And don't get me wrong, there are many other great DAWs, but for me, what works is simplicity. I like keeping it simple, focus less on the technology, and focus more on the music creation and the feel. So anyway, that's how you can get Mixcraft current version, because they keep updating it. And I'll just say it is a very, very easy to use tool. I've used it to crank out music ideas after music ideas. And as you come along this journey with me, I'll show you every step of the way how to take your idea from beginning to the end. All right, so today I'm going to show you very quick. We're going to do a quick 5-minute tour, and I'm going to show you how to get started on Mixcraft. So when you open the interface, you are generally met with either musical instrument options already selected or the audio options. And you can choose the configuration and the setup. And I'll go into that in other videos, but for now I just want to show you the workflow and the simplicity of it. So over here, the very first track, if you click on that musical instrument, it shows you where you can choose from over 7,500 sounds that come with Mixcraft. And over here you can see the categories of musical instruments: brass, bass, and so on. Well, I've gone on to percussion and drum kit, and I'm selecting this drum kit, which is Electronic Kit 1. And the way to get started is make sure your metronome selections, settings are configured. So I want some playback, and I want a counting of 1, so it'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, just one measure, and then I'll be in. All you do at this point is hit record. Now you can see, in order to speak to you, I've got my audio here, my microphone. I'm going to mute that so that you don't have to hear that when I'm recording, but I'm going to hit record like this, and it's going to give me a count in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to begin. All right, to make sure your track is activated, you have to arm it. So I'm going to hit arm. This is a MIDI track. What I'm playing here is just the signal, the MIDI signals, the MIDI information being sent. So it's got information about how hard I'm hitting it and so on, the velocity, and all that stuff is recorded by Mixcraft. But let's go ahead and mute, and I will begin the recording. Okay, we got 4 measures going on there. And next, let's see what instrument we've got here. It's a really cool VST, and this is from Spectrasonics. So I've got Abe Laboriel, I've got Marcus Miller, and I have John Patitucci as far as the options. So let's go to Extra Bass Legends. Let me see something from Marcus. Marcus has some good options here. Let's try that. And then we'll lay some keys. Let's record. Now the beauty about your Mixcraft is it quantizes really nice. So I'm going to quantize what I've done. It's that style of electronic music. So just select the track, quantize. I'm going to use 1/16 for this. Limit the variability and see if it works. And with these DAWs, it's so simple. You just copy everything and paste everything. Boom. And you could just continue copying and pasting. And there are other ways to do this, but I'm just showing you the most intuitive way. It's just copy paste. You also want to make sure that you have your snap to grid. This might actually be something you want to do like before you begin recording. Well, my friends, I hope that gave you some insights into what your Go keys can do when you use it along with a DAW. You could just have an absolute blast. You can have tons of fun. It beefs up, amps up your creativity, and it just gives you a different palette to play with. Okay, thank you very much. All the very best, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.